This ancient wisdom is the covenant. It's the blessing. Let the words you speak bring life, and the meditation of your heart be inclined to truth and justice. Let your foot never depart from the path of love and peace, and let righteousness prevail. Show love for the widow and the orphan, for you will have them all your days. And from the rising of the sun to the going down of the same, there'll be a strength that lies within you that no one can take away. And every tongue that rises against you, in deceit you'll be abased. And for those who would mistreat you, hell would be a better place. I'll say it again now. Let the words you speak bring life, and the meditation of your heart be inclined to truth and justice. Let your foot never depart from the path of love and peace, and let righteousness prevail. Show love for the widow and the orphan, for you will have them all your days. They don't know what you were called for, or the blessing on your life. They can't see your greater purpose, cause their life is filled with strife. Their corrosive words can harm you, their bad mind can block your path, and the snares that they set for you will be the source of their own wrath. I say, let the words you speak bring life, and the meditation of your heart be inclined to truth and justice. Let your foot never depart from the path of love and peace, and let righteousness prevail. Show love for the widow and the orphan, for you will have them all your days. Fret not thyself of evildoers, neither envy the workers of iniquity, for they will soon be cut down like the grass, and wither as the green herb. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do good to all men. In this way, you will live in the land and experience the abundance thereof. Let the words you speak bring life, and the meditation of your heart be inclined to truth and justice. Let your foot never depart from the path of love and peace, and let righteousness prevail. Show love for the widow and the orphan. Peace and blessings, good-hearted people. Big up yourself, Stevie.
Good morning. Thank you, Father. How you doing? I will praise the Most High One. I will magnify His name in the morning. I will glorify in song for the things that He has done in the evening. Oh, the life we live will all just be in vain if we, His sons and daughters, don't give praise. So lift your hands and head up to the sky, and let the Father Almighty hear our cry. So I'm giving thanks, giving thanks, giving thanks for all that you have done. I'm just giving thanks for all, giving thanks for all. I'm just giving thanks for all, giving thanks, giving thanks. Whenever life's road it seems so tough, you can't go on. You gotta keep moving, He will guide you through the storm. Yes, I know He will, 'cause He gave His word as bond. So trust in Him, yes, I know He will. May not come when you call, but He's always on time. The life we live will all just be in vain if sons and daughters don't give praise. So lift your hands and head up to the sky and let the Father Almighty hear our cry. So I'm giving thanks, giving thanks, giving thanks for all that you have done. I'm just giving thanks for all, giving thanks for all. I'm just giving thanks for all, giving thanks, giving thanks. Circumstances could have changed the man that I've become if it wasn't for your mercies. Only you know where I would be. Choices have their consequences, whether right or wrong. My every breath, my every step, and all I do, I give my thanks to you, Lord. Oh Lord, can you hear me? I'm just giving thanks, giving thanks, giving thanks for all that you have done. I'm just giving thanks for all, giving thanks for all. I'm just giving thanks for all, giving thanks, giving
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Natalie, are you live? Are you here with us? Can you hear us? Good morning, how you doing?
Sandy, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we are.
Hold on, let me see what my volume is.
You're good.
I'm trying to hear you guys a little bit better. Hang on.
Okay.
Okay, I think I'm good now.
Morning, happy new year. Well,
Happy birthday.
Merry
Happy
Christmas.
Kwanzaa.
yeah, this is the
Kwanzaa.
second or third day of Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Hope you guys had a Merry Christmas. Looking
Yeah.
forward to a prosperous 2025. So today, the reason why we have you on earlier is because we just featuring over 10 plus clips of past guests. This is how we're going to be doing our year in review going forward. So we got all them clips lined up. All right.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. I had to rush, but I'm here.
Thanks you. All right, darling. So you tell us your year in review and let me talk about what else you got going on. All the
Oh
good
my
stuff.
gosh, year in review. Busy, grateful, humble. I had the opportunity to help quite a lot of people get into homes that didn't think they can actually purchase, qualify, or be a homeowner. That leaves me with a lot of humbleness, a lot of gratitude. I love, for me, information that you have, you're not supposed to go to your grave with it. So as long as I can educate, teach, pass on that information as far as the channels and the opportunities people do have to become homeowners, is I feel like that's what I'm here for. I found something that I'm passionate about, that I love doing, that I wake up every day no matter how stressful it is, and I look forward to connecting with somebody else, and finding and helping somebody else become a homeowner. So for me, my year in, I would say gratefulness.
That's living a life with purpose, life of purpose. And that's something, I think all of us need to strive towards, because it gives you something to get up for in the morning, by God's
Absolutely.
grace. What else you got for us today going forward for 2025? Because this is our last show for 24.
Yes. So again, we're gonna stay on preparedness, right? Because nothing beats being prepared. And if you, home ownership is your dream. Today, I think I want to channel this directly to the self-employed individuals, and self-employed individuals meaning whether you have your own business, whether you work for someone else and you are 1099 and you receive a 1099 at the end of the year, then you are considered self-employed, right? What do you need to prepare to become a homeowner. One, it's that income. Again, we touched on this a lot of times, but I want to leave the year end with this. As we merge into tax season, again, the tax preparer's job is to give you back or find all these different pathways and credits and everything out there that's available to try and get you back the most money in your pocket, right? But they do that by way of writing off a lot of your expenses. And what that does for you as a self-employed individual is that when the lenders look at you for qualifying for a mortgage, your income, that expense or those expenses that they write off are deducted from your income. So it lessens your income. If you want to purchase a home, you need to be having that conversation with your tax preparer, letting them know this is what we want to do, right? You need to show a certain amount of income. Unfortunately, anyone that you can make $100,000, and if they write out $60,000, $70,000 worth of that, that's $30,000 that you're showing worth of income. You're not buying a house today with $30,000, right? So we need to keep that for the self-employed individuals. Like I said, keep that in mind, that we need to be having those conversations. There are other avenues if you decide to write off incomes. We have bank statement products. We have 1099 products that they can look at the actual income and not count the expenses against you. But what that means is that you need to have money sitting in the bank, because you would need a much larger deposit, typically about 10% down. And a lot of people are having trouble saving 3.5%, which is the normal down payment amount. So 10% is just undoable. So if you are self-employed, you want to make sure that you show as much income on paper. If you got to pay Uncle Sam his share. But hold on, you have to show enough income on paper to show that you can qualify to, one, benefit from getting down payment assistance, benefit from having 3.5% down as your down payments. Again, there are other avenues, but it will require you to have a much larger down payment if you decide to be a homeowner and only show income and not have the expense deduction count against you. So I feel like that's what I want to leave the end of the year with.
I think that's good advice, especially these days. I'm hearing from a lot of millennials that they're kind of struggling. They're making the money, but they're struggling because of inflation and everything else. And to them, owning a home looks further and further away. But I would encourage each and every one, do not give up on your dream. Owning a home is doable. You just have to strategize, and in some cases re-strategize. And if you're a self-employed person, then Natalie just gave you the nuggets that you need to take away with you. Let me give you all the number for Natalie: 239-738-1388. She is our mortgage broker. 239-738-1388. And even though she's licensed in over 10 plus states, if you are not in any of those states, still reach out to her, because she know people who know people. All right. So and when you're through with Natalie, she will turn you over to her husband, Kevin Amoroso. And I got to let you know that they have also added the title of contractor to their...
Talk about leveling up.
Leveling it up. So for 2025, I appreciate you guys being a part of the People's Chat Room. You all have been a part of the People's Chat Room for, 3+ years, I guess. Something like that. So in the same way that we are growing, you guys have grown way beyond us, but it's all good because we continue to celebrate you. All right.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And give Kevin our love. And next week, please God, we will see you. We'll be right back as far as the regular schedule. But today is all about past guests, and we got a lot of videos to show. So have a blessed one. And a blessed and prosperous 2025. Thank you.
Thank you. Looking forward. See you guys next year.
Yes,
Yes,
right.
indeed.
Literally.
Miss Natalie Amoroso, mortgage broker.
Thank you, guys.
You're welcome. From
Have a
Maverick
blessed
Realtor.
one.
Have a blessed one, my love. Yeah, so we have a packed show. So there's not going to be a whole lot of talk. So I want to say hi to Cheryl Charles. I want to say also hi to, she's one of our advertisers. Mr. Olade Banks, you're rounding off the end of the 2 hours. Hamidullah Wahid, Mr. Ham, we're going to see you in the new year. Before I turn you over to DJ Code Red, There's an accomplishment, a major accomplishment, being completed in Trinidad and Tobago as we speak. Mr. Joshua Regrello is past 30 hours of playing the steel pan straight. He's heading into his 31st hour. And we in the diaspora, we're proud of you. So it's not just people in Trinidad and Tobago. The diaspora is proud of you and a whole lot of other people. Thank you for continuing to take the steel pan, the only musical instrument to be invented in the 20th century, into the 23rd, 24th, and all of that, because, it's all about, giving thanks. Cody, ready?
Well, we're going to do a quick commercial break.
Sure.
And when we come back, we're going to start our recap. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to recap all.
Most.
Not all. We're going to try to. We're going to do our best.
We got a lot.
Some of our greatest guests, well, every guest who comes on are great, but some of our greatest guests throughout 2024 who called in and shared their knowledge, their accomplishments, and their love to the people's chat room.
So if you're looking at the stream, you will be seeing the video. If you're not looking at the stream, you will be hearing the audio. We are powered by iTunes Radio, and we are live on iTunes Radio. And Code did something major. We are now on every platform, I believe. So it's not just Instagram. We're also on TikTok. So if you're checking us out on TikTok, thank you. And the show is archived. It's streaming and archived on YouTube.
Yes.
So you know what? I talk enough. I promise not to talk too much. So Code, do your thing.
All right.
Transport charter services. Whether you are planning a corporate event, day charter, tours, airport transfers, taxi service, cargo and courier service, or any other occasion, T&T Transportation is here to elevate your travel experience. Give Cheryl a call at 407-844-0431. Visit Cheryl's TTTransport.com. Book now.
Soca Takeover! The Cooler Fed Experience is back. Carnival Saturday, March 1st, 2025, featuring a full band performance by Kes the Band.
First up,
Kes the Band. Kes the Band, celebrating 20 years in music. Soca Takeover! Carnival Saturday night, March 1st, 2025, at Queen's Park Oval from 9 p.m. until 3 a.m. Early bird VIP and general tickets out now on Island e-tickets and Eventbrite.com. For more info, visit SocaTakeoverGlobal.com or call 344-2547 or 388-9587. Carnival Saturday night. See you at Soca Takeover.
And together we are complete, darling.
We don't need to. All right. So we had Mr. Easy, and he was in January. We had also Representative Anna Eskamani. She was also in January. But let's check out Mr. Easy.
If you notice, most acts now, most of the music that's coming out now, there's no longevity. So I'm used to artists having even 10 years career, straight fire, straight music, and that's how you get to a certain other level. But you have to put out that quality music that's gonna sustain and give you that longevity career. You know, artists now, I see a lot of artists coming now where, you know, hear from some artists only getting a year run. But so, you know, I feel like artists now, we should be working on more longevity of having a career out of music, and not just putting out a song that's hot for a minute and gone. You know, we want to put out songs where 22 years, 30 years from now, you know, kids. I mean, if you go on TikTok right now, it's flooded with nothing but Michael Jackson music. You know, you have kids that kids that were born just yesterday, that's now being introduced to the music because it's such good quality. A lot of people don't know what Michael Jackson looked like, but when you go on TikTok and all these platforms, you hear a whole bunch of his music, and that's because of the quality of the music that he made, that he gave us. Prince the same, and not taking away, but a whole bunch more great artists. Sam Cooke was a legend that we grew up hearing about. Sam Cooke, and songs like "I Was Born by the River," so it's still playing up until today. And that's you're talking about that's what in the '60s.
There's a phrase that's been around for a while, and the first time I heard it, I was like, wow. But the phrase is, I want to eat a food. I got to eat a food. So when you talk about they're
Exactly.
only around for a year, their focus is on surviving and the
Yes.
limelight. Surviving the limelight and now. You know,
Yes.
they're not thinking 10 years down the road and what they need to put together to allow that for that to happen. So let's talk about the song Drive Me Crazy. Okay?
Mhm.
So you're celebrating this 22nd anniversary of Drive Me Crazy.
Yes.
Right? And Drive Me Crazy is also it's not a documentary, it's a series of the coming of age of 5 Black London teenagers navigating inner city living, societal woes, racism, and more to make it in the grime music. Set in the late 90s, the group helps take an underground phenomenon to worldwide status. And your song Drive Me Crazy does it play every time the series comes on?
So far, it's been playing in one episode, but there in more episodes. And the thing about it is, if you look at the ages of these kids that requested the song to be included, are kids that are like 19 and 18 and 20. So it shows you that that's what happens when you make good music.
And you've been able to, this is all part of navigating exactly what you are saying, which is don't think short term, don't think 6 months or a year. Think about making sure and ensuring that your music is there 20 years down the road or more, just like MJ. And even your music, because Drive Me Crazy is 22 years now, right?
Yeah, think about a legacy. Think about your kids. When you're not around, your kids and your grandkids could also benefit from these. From this is your social security that they can benefit from.
Social security. All right, so that was our first video, Mr. Easy. We had him on at least twice during 2024, and that was one of those times. So this was let me put it this way. I had a whole long list to choose from, but we only have 2 hours. So who are we going with next? You choose.
Duvone.
All right, Mr. Duvone Stewart. He is the arranger for. Words escape me.
Me too. I don't believe it. All
Renegades.
Stars. No, Renegades.
So we had Duvone on in 2023, and he graced us with his presence again in 2024. And you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this. Mr. Duvone Stewart.
I want to treat this thing like a patron coming to the event, not knowing they spend a couple $100 to come and see an event, but yet still they come to see a diversity of presentation from bands, you know. So when Duvone Stewart came on the scene, and I just wanted to change things and to evolve things for people to know that the concept behind this panorama competition is a product that needs to be marketed globally. And if we want to maintain being in that monotony stance, you will not get nowhere because nobody not seeing the creativity behind the band, the arranger, the players, the image of the band, the presentation that the band does. And coming to Renegades, DP Renegades in 2012, it was just like a makeshift point where I was gradually getting to understand how to do things, when to do things, and that came about me educating myself by traveling and seeing what happens on the international scenes with the different artists such as Bruno Mars and Usher and these guys, the production that these guys put on when they do their concerts. So when I do my music in such a way, I want to create that ambience of the music is so friendly that the deaf could see, the deaf could hear it, and the blind could see it.
Well, you sure did that with DNA and your approach to it for Panorama, because from the first note, now I'm a South girl, all right? We go talk about that just now. Yeah, I'm a South girl.
Yeah.
But when it's come to good music, my paws raised. when I heard the first note and you took us through the heartbeat and the national anthem and come away. A lot of people don't know that song. It just and then I'm a Trini and then you took us up. You brought us down just a little bit and it was a story. And I'm not the only one that enjoyed it. They all did. His wife, Michelle, oh my Lord, she loves you and she loves Renegades. Renegades can't do wrong. Renegades can't do wrong. I'm just telling you. Renegades can't.
Yeah, so I had to cut that video short. I'm a Despas man, so I had to cut that short.
What
happened? What happened?
Going into 2025, can you just change that?
For what?
Because
For
you
what?
went to Despas, we couldn't.
For what?
Whatever.
For what? I'm a Despas man.
Oh, good Lord. Let's go on to the next video. And while he's looking for the next video, in January, again, we had Representative Anna Eskamani, who is currently, I think she's going to be running for mayor of Orlando. Mr. Easy, we played that clip. In February, we had Shutter Links. We had Preety. We had Dane Galston and Mr. Duvone Stewart. In March, we had Gabrielle Palandy. I hope I'm saying Gabrielle's name. I always tend to jack up Gabrielle's last name, but here is her clip. So we like it. All right, let's talk. Everything. Let me strip this song apart. Who wrote it?
Yours truly.
Yay. Whose idea was it with the rhythm?
Mine's on the producers.
So who brought the rhythm to you and you said, I like that? So whose rhythm is it? And you heard it and you was like, yes.
Actually, I came with a song and he created the rhythm to suit the song.
So the rhythm
I came with a song.
Oh, so the rhythm was created to go with the song to match the vibe of the song. All
Yes,
right.
yeah.
So what's the feedback you've been getting from this song?
So far, great feedback, amazing feedback. A lot of people who are familiar with the original song because it's part of our tradition, part of our culture. It goes back to folk.
What original song you talking about?
So this song is a song that I created in my own way. I took it out of Afro-Caribbean folk music, ballet dance and music, that music. So it came from the ballet music, one in particular called Congo Ballet.
Okay.
And the original would go, Congo girl, me I love you, me I come out for you. And the female dancers would respond to the drummers, Zave Dudu, me I come out for you.
Okay.
And
So
he usually says, me I love you, me I love you, me I love you.
I'm familiar with. I almost went into the patois there. I was about to say me familiar. I'm familiar with it.
Yeah.
I love how you adapted it and you took it and you made it your own. So if you hadn't like delved back into the original, that would have just gone over my head because I'm vibing on this. I like it. You said you're welcome, baby. Guys, y'all have any feedback for Gabrielle? She can't hear you. Good grief, man.
So I actually.
That was Miss Gabrielle Palandy.
That was a great
What
show.
was the feedback?
Yeah, that was a great show. That was a
I love
great
that
show.
song though. Congo Gal? Or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, I just always jack stuff up. So in April, we had Gabrielle in March. In April, we had Curtis Jordan, the ex-president of Cut.
we won't
We ain't going there.
We ain't going there.
And we had Sammy C. In May, we had Francis Ragu and Incisive. So who you want to play next?
May, I don't have anything for May, but I do have for Keet.
Keet Designer Styla.
Yes, I know you enjoyed that.
Yeah.
You enjoyed
And,
that.
and he was in, what month was that?
That was June.
He was in June?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, he was
that
in June. He was in June. Also in June, we had Swappy and Mr. Rohan Reed. So let's listen to this clip with Keet Designer Styla.
In the mid 2000s, I decided to go for it. So I started to record under that name, Keet Styla.
Okay.
And Keet Styla, I used to play in this club out in Islip. And this Trinidadian lady from Princestown, she asked me what was my name, so I tell her Keith. She said Keith. In Trinidad, we don't say Keith, we just say Keith. She said, "You sure you're not Trinidadian?" I said, and that stuck with me. I say, you know what? I'm playing around with changing this name and the spelling. I'm gonna change the spelling too. So,
Keet.
I say Keith. You know, and the Styla, that was just, I thought that was a slick name. You know, it fit in with the video games and the, this era. You know, so I say I'm going for it, Keet Styla.
Well, I like the part because she's right. We don't say Keith. We say Keet. She's right. But okay, so now we come to the designer part.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, let's talk about some of your classics. And the one that pops into my mind immediately before we start talking more background history is I'm Only Dreaming.
I'm Only Dreaming. That was in 1995. Back then, I was like 7 years into my career, and my recording, performing career, and I wanted to do a different type of calypso.
Mm-hmm.
I was around innovators, Shadow and Brigo and these guys who had their own style. Shadow always tell me and say, you gotta find your own niche. You gotta find your niche. You gotta find your own style. And I wanted to do a calypso that could reach more people and take from stuff that influenced me, which was pop music and American music, and folk music. And so Dreaming was that.
Was that?
Yeah.
So obviously we're gonna play it soon enough, but because there's a lot of music that you have.
dream. Don't you scream, it's just a dream. I'm only dreaming. There was total integration. No discord, no color question. A man is a man anywhere. Discrimination disappear. Little white children hugging black children. Yeah. In South Africa, openly walking hand in hand.
C'est la vie, c'est la vie, c'est la vie, c'est la vie. C'est la vie, c'est la vie. If you wanna talk, then parlez, parlez. C'est la vie, c'est la vie. Say what you want, say what you wanna say. C'est la vie, c'est la vie. If you wanna talk, then parlez, parlez. C'est la vie, c'est la vie. Say what you want, say what you wanna say. It's one life, one life, one life. It's one life, one life, one life. Tout le monde parler, 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 parler.
Mama jadi
Ay, 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 girl, don't do me that. You make a big mistake, especially when you back it back. My girl, why you back it back? Back it back, 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 back it back. Pardon me, darling. You see them two chicks bouncing, they up to something brutally honest. I done marking you as soon as you're walking. Know where you're starting. When you slow grind, they on the targets. Up, up and away. You're like you forget being public. C'est l'envou. C'est l'envou. C'est l'envou. Angelina. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Hey sugar, hey 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 sugar, baby girl. Hey sugar, hey 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 sugar. Bailado, bailado, bailado. Changez-la nous déplijent. Au dieu bagay guidé. Un charme nous plégoin. Au dieu
Yeah, Mr. Keet designer Styla. During June, as I said or indicated earlier, we had Swappy as well as Mr. Rohan Reed. Rohan is one of our elite bassists, not just in Orlando, Florida, but I would say the world, because this man is bad. I mean, really bad. He has played with some of the biggest names in music and continues to do so. I want to say hi to those of you that are checking us out on the Facebook live stream. Mr. Andy King, how you doing, man?
Oh, Mr. King, how you doing?
Victorious! Wagwan!
How you doing?
Yeah,
How you doing?
yeah. So the next clip we're going to show, I believe, is Dr. London Butterfield.
Yes.
And she was just checking us out on the stream too, because I kind of alerted those of the clips that we would be playing. I kind of like let them know, hey, your clip is going to be up. She's a neuropsychologist. We had her on in July. She's also the wife of another elite musician right here in Central Florida, Mr. Gary Williams. So y'all check this out. And hopefully we'll have Dr. Butterfield back during 2025. So check her out. That's a shame that the end result is death. I mean, thinking about it, and it's like, that's, ugh.
It's like a faster.
I've got a couple more questions, but I'm looking at the time also, but let me go with this. What is the difference between dementia and Parkinson's, and is there any overlap?
Yes. Okay. So Parkinson's disease is neurodegenerative, but it starts in a part of the brain called the basal ganglia, which is in charge of your movement.
Can you hold that little brain up again?
Yeah. It's way in this brainstem area.
Okay,
See?
Joan, you
There
hear
we go.
that?
It's
she's
kind of
watching.
under here in the top of the brainstem. There's a basal ganglia. It's called the basal ganglia. It's in charge of controlled movement and flow. That's why a Parkinson's patient initially they might have trouble with their steps and they can't initiate steps, but then they shuffle a little bit. They're stiffer. They may have a tremor. But that part of the brain it feeds neurochemical to the frontal lobes. The frontal lobes are in charge of emotion and thinking. So you also end up with some changes to emotion, motivation, and thinking in Parkinson's too, even though it's a movement disorder technically. Now it can develop into dementia, but it does not always. Now, typically, eventually, towards the end of a Parkinson's patient's disease, they will probably develop some dementia. Most of them do. After about 20 years, it's something like 83% of people have dementia at that level. But many people don't develop it for a while. Now, if they develop it very early, in fact, if they develop it before or within the first year, that's what dementia with Lewy bodies is. It's sort of a sister disease, but it's like on the same spectrum as Parkinson's disease, really. They're both Lewy body diseases. In other words, in the brain, there's Lewy bodies. Doesn't really matter.
What was that? Antibodies or something?
Lewy bodies is a pathology that's developing and collecting and causing issues with the brain cells firing.
So what I'm hearing from you is that some people do develop, some Parkinson's patients do develop dementia, but some don't. But there's a higher percentage of people that do, but there's that smaller percentage eventually.
Yeah, I mean, I think after maybe 10 years, I can't remember the numbers, but I would say maybe it's 50%, but that's 10 years of the disease. Now, most people early on will have some cognitive difficulties, but not to the level of a dementia. They will have difficulties with executive functioning and speed of thinking and focus, but not to the level where they can't take care of many of their own things. Their own affairs.
She said, my sister, she's saying, I'm listening because, like I said, she has Parkinson's early, but she has the tremors, and her own resulted from a stroke. So she had a stroke about 10 years ago, Joan. She had a stroke, and that I think led to the
trigger.
Yeah.
So that's actually, in a way, a better scenario because what she probably has is a vascular Parkinsonism, which may.
Okay. So that was Dr. London Butterfield. That show, I forget the exact date, but she was in July. So this is just giving you an overview of the kind of information that that is given on this show. I mean, it's not just about interviews with some with entertainers. It's also about community leaders, doctors, and all that good stuff. And I will say that, let me use this as a segue to say that next Saturday, our guest will be Mr. Julian Believe out of Bahamas. So he's going to be our guest next week, Saturday, because the last time he was supposed to be on, I think he was on a plane, it was late and all of that. Yeah. So, So the next guest we're going to have up was also in July, I believe July 6th. And he is the brother of Mr. Olade Banks. Olade is the only live guest we're going to have on today, and he's going to round off at the top of the close to the 2:00 hour. This is Mr. Omari Banks. We had him on July 6th. Let's listen to the interview.
Because I didn't reach out to you, I'm going to give you a little bit of the sound before you go.
All right.
All right, so African identity. For we culture, we celebrating, yeah. Once again, riders jump around and play mass in the streets. Yep, it's that time of year. Slave master set we free. People from near and far coming down to see we culture, we African heritage. Yes, we must remember. So come hold a vine, sexy gal bust a wine. You moving on with your tribe like before colonial times. I used to talk and say why they behaving in this way. But when I hear that song play, the spirit Lord it take over me. Hands in the air, it's 50 years we celebrating. Push back your way, it's 50 years of Juve mining. I don't care about no politics, the man is the same thing. So let music play, we come to rave all through the valley. Umde, 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 umde. We celebrating.
Thank you, Omari. Kumde, kumde. Have a blessed weekend. Let us know how this show, how the song is doing, how it's measuring as far as success. Again, this is a classic. It will become a classic, not just for Angola, but for people all over the Caribbean and the diaspora. Have a blessed one. Don't be a stranger, all right?
Okay, I won't.
Bye-bye, young man.
Sister.
Love,
All
love.
right.
Bye-bye. Yeah, Mr. Omari Banks. I want to say hi to Mr. Willow Hercules checking us out on the Facebook stream. iTunes Radio in the house. The iTunes Radio family saying good afternoon, family. Happy New Year's to the entire TPCR family. Again, Mr. Victorious Universe. Good afternoon, Vic. Patricia Jones, thank you. And my cousin Sabangale. Cuz. Hey. Cheryl is saying a big congratulations to Joshua Regrello for making it into the Guinness World Records, Book of Records, for the longest playing pan. He surpassed his 30th hour, and he went to 31 hours.
Jeez. So wait a minute.
We got to get that young man some mad props.
How much Red Bull and energy drink he had to stand up on you? I know he was sitting down. He was sitting down,
yes.
But to literally play.
Yeah, and I was listening to he shared the rules. The rules were, because he started at 6:30 and obviously to 12:30. Today he went into the 31st hour after 12:30. He was allowed a 5-minute break every hour, but you didn't have to take it. You could let it accrue. So I think some hours went by before he kind of tapped into that break. A whole lot of hours. I think I was seeing somebody was saying it's been 9 hours or something like that before he really tapped into a break. But I don't even know if he really did tap into the break because I didn't watch the whole thing. I started watching yesterday, didn't watch the whole thing.
Same here.
And I know that his mom was giving him some stuff to drink. I mean, and you had the hype people, but we got to give mad props to that violinist. That violinist was with him for most of the 30 hours. Enough props, young man.
But you know, you need that. You need someone there with just as much or even more energy with you to help keep to not only push you but to pull you with them. Because for 31 hours of sitting down and playing, that's even. He
just took the pan to another level. One of the clips we do have is the Secretary of Pantry Bagel, Ms. Denise Hernandez. But I think the clip we're going to show right now is Dr. Timothy Daniel. He is a diabetologist, and he will be on in 2025 during the month of January. So let's check this clip out. What would account for this?
Okay, so I think, and maybe we should start first probably with the different types of diabetes.
Okay. Actually, that was question number 2. So go ahead.
Okay. 15 to 20 years ago, we did not understand the difference between type 1 and type 2 diabetes. We based it on age. So 15 to 20 years ago, if you got diagnosed as a kid or teenager and you're born with it, we called it type 1. And if you got diagnosed as an adult, we call it type 2 diabetes. Now we know that's not the case. So if you look at the standard of care, what is type 1 diabetes? Type 1 diabetes, your body destroys the cells that produce insulin. So over time, you're not able to make insulin for yourself. Usually it's an autoimmune process, meaning that your body just all of a sudden start destroying the cells in the pancreas that produce insulin. Okay, so that's type 1.
Is that when you need the insulin injections?
Yeah. Yes, most of the time, almost all the time. Now, if we go a little bit in more detail, we now have stages of type 1 diabetes. So this is new in the last 3 years. So we have stage 1 of type 1, where you actually don't even have elevated blood sugar, but there is evidence that your body is destroying the cells that produce insulin, but your sugar is still normal, but some cells are being destroyed. And then we have stage 2, which is like a pre-diabetes stage. Your sugar is a little bit high, but not high enough to call diabetes. But there is evidence that your body is destroying the cells that produce insulin. And then we have stage 3, which is frank diabetes. And of course, we recognize your body has been destroying the cells that produce insulin. In 90% of those cases, it's an autoimmune process, meaning just like lupus or rheumatoid arthritis, your body just assumes the cells in the pancreas is foreign and then just starts destroying. Okay, so that's type 1. Type 2, on the other hand, most patients produce enough insulin for themselves. The problem is they just cannot utilize the insulin they produce. They have what you call an insulin resistant problem. Okay, so the body not utilizing the insulin that they produce. The number 1 cause of insulin resistance is intra-abdominal fat. The fat around the intestines and the liver make you insulin resistant. So weight is the number 1 cause of insulin resistance.
So if I'm understanding type 2, because weight is the cause, primarily the cause
that's number 1. We have some other factors though.
Okay.
So weight is number 1 cause for insulin resistance. Number 2 is genetics. Mom or dad predispose you for insulin resistance. Number 3, aging. As we age, we become more insulin resistant. Number 4, lack of exercise make you insulin resistant. And number 5, certain medications that we use, for example, prednisone, steroids, and so on, will make you insulin resistant. So all these factors contribute to insulin resistance. And one, of course, is aging. That's why we have more type 2 in adults. And so 15 years ago, that's why we had base type 1 and type 2 on age. Because adults, as we age, we don't exercise as much, we gain weight. So all these factors contribute to making you insulin resistant and developing type 2 diabetes. So what we're seeing is an increase in type 2 diabetes, predominantly because of weight and inactivity. People don't go outside anymore. People don't exercise. We sit watching TV or on the computer. So yes, there is an increase in prevalence of type 2.
So the way I process that, there are a couple factors. There's one factor on there, well, 2, that we can't do anything about, which is genetics.
Exactly.
Can't do anything about genetics. Aging, you can't do anything about aging, but you could counteract that by watching your weight, exercising a little bit more, and all right, so that was Dr. Timothy Daniel. So he's a diabetologist. He will be back on the show during the month of January 2025, and our conversation was pretty much, if he could just come on the show every couple months, and he said yes, so we're looking forward to that. You want to play some music before we go into the next clip? Yeah.
When last you been to a party, plenty women looking so nice. We must be in paradise. When last you had a time to remember, it's only bumper to fender, and the drinks got done big up the bartender. When I look on the left, it's so much pretty gal, fitting in the carnival with a bag of green on me like a criminal. But if I wine on a gal, see the team all around me, and we having a good time. Yes, we having a good time. Do you remember the time I told you about the very first line? When last you've been to a party, plenty women looking so nice. We must be in paradise. When last you had a time to remember, it's only bumper to fender, and the drinks got done Milk of it loud, yeah, we come to vibes and elevate. No, it's not a mistake. Many girls see we did this one participate. She bring down the soca, bust up the speaker, cause it take the stress away. Lauren say it cold out in New York City. Says she coming home cause she must have to play. Lauren say it cold out in New York City. Says she coming home cause she must have to play. If you hear she ballin', I need a little runaway. Lauren coming home for carnival, I need a little runaway. This woman not back, she party bag, I need a little runaway. She tell all she friend and family, I need a little runaway. If you see Lauren, everywhere she go, what she whine and rollin'. Every video that in she phone, is she whine and rollin'. All over the road, what she whine and rollin'. When the rhythm hitting she soul, what she whine and rollin'. If you get to rock it with me, darling, I don't feel I could wait a day again. I ain't talking, I losing sleep, darling. It's so done at the junction. But I am not Mr. Benwood Dick, but I'm from Sandy Grande. The girl tell me she wants something quick, how she had it for me. I tell her come and settle her, we have this conversation. And if you feel interested by the things that I am saying, come on, let me rock it too. I like when you do them things to me, do them things to me. Come on, baby, rock it slow. I like when you're focusing on me. We don't care, yeah. I live in the life that all of them wanted. I'm smelling some jealousy in the air, yeah. I live in it real and all of them fronted. Talk your talk. Endless smokes and drinks in we head. The girl them say that they love my dress. They follow me on Instagram and the thread. Yes.
So also in July we had Miss Lisa Acosta, and she is the VP of a record label out of Jamaica.
Was Lisa? You sure?
Yeah, that was her. But what we're gonna go next with is Miss Denise Hernandez. Yeah. Denise is the secretary of Pantry Bagel, and she was her show aired in August. Then we had Jardin, Representative Maxwell Frost was also on in August. Fallon was on, and Lagos is out of Jamaica. Jamaica. So let's listen to the clip from Madam Secretary Denise Hernandez. Is that they're already good mumblings of, okay, we're going to do this, we're just going to wait until the process is complete, and then we're going to look at certain things. So it's all there. All right, nice. So the next question he had is Pantry Bagel an NGO or non-profit organization?
Let me clarify this, I think, because too many people are making the mistake. We are not a government organization.
Okay.
We are a non-governmental organization. We're not a private organization. We are NGO. A lot of people have been assuming and continue to assume that Pantry Bagel is part of the government structure. We are not. We are separate and apart. What happens is that at Carnival is the government's festival. Right? Cabinet Note of 1999, as government has responsibility for Carnival, the National Carnival Commission has responsibility for overseeing the Carnival. The three interest groups, which is Pantry Bagel, TUCO, and the Carnival Bands Association. Our job is to put on our aspects of Carnival to make that complete festival. Our contribution to the Carnival Festival is Panorama. And the funding we receive from the government for Carnival is for Panorama. What we get from it officially is 10% of the prize money. Okay. We get our gate receipts for our shows. That is the money that runs Pantry Bagel for the rest of the year. Right? We don't get a government subvention every month.
So I gotta say this. When I said that question, it's like, the answer's raised, boy. It's like...
No, because the thing is, after last week, somebody called me, and telling me, you all belong to the government, and no, we are not.
Is that on
We
the
are
website? That this is not is that on the website that this is not not an NGO? Y'all need to probably put it on the website.
Maybe we need to do that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people have that false assumption that they are government
Yeah,
agents.
put it on the website, man, and then when they call, you can say, "Look at the website." End of story. So it's in writing.
True.
You know what I mean? Okay. Let me see. The third question: will Panchimbago now have a new role and function in the business of steel pan?
Panchimbago has always had a major role in the function and business of steel pan. We are, by designation of our constitution, the world governing body for pan. In fact, by the Act of Parliament, Act number 5 of 1986, assented to by the President on 14th March 1986, right? And we have been doing that all the years coming through, albeit now, it's, as I said, World Steel Pan Day Declaration, with the proclamation of the National Musical Instrument, we will now take on a bigger role in terms of steel pan development because we have already started. We are now forging our links back with all our associations throughout the Caribbean, throughout North America, in fact, throughout the international diaspora. Many of them are contacting us now because they want to get more involved, so that it's the second beginning, let's say, of what we are supposed to do as our organization stands. And this is something we have been doing. We have been building and building. And in fact, this year, after an 11-year hiatus, we have returned the National Steel Band Music Festival, which is called Canopia Amoris, a canopy of love.
Oh my gosh, that's when the steel pan is hot. Yeah, that one. Listen, her brother is Mr. Earl Hernandez, and we have a clip with Earl in there also, and that was all our interviews are interesting. All our interviews are interesting, but that one, it was interesting to see how Madam Secretary has just evolved and grown since she became secretary roughly 2-3 years ago, or maybe 4 years ago. It's like she has come into her own, really come into her own. So, I really enjoyed that interview, as all the other interviews. Who are we going with now?
Her brother.
Okay, Earl Hernandez. Yes. Guyana.
Correct.
Wow. Didn't they have one recently? In Trinidad?
They had a 4.2 just off of what should I put it? Chagaramas.
When was
5 Islands.
Oh. This was what, last week? Or a couple weeks ago?
Sometime like that.
Wow. Okay, so
and
go ahead.
What this map shows, Lima, is that every day, every hour, every week, and every month, there is seismic activity in the Eastern Caribbean. And when I say Eastern Caribbean, from the British Virgin Islands, West Virgin Islands, Anguilla, Antigua Barbuda, Montserrat, Guadeloupe, Dominica, all the way down to Martinique, St. Lucia, Barbados, St. Vincent, Grenada, and Trinidad and Tobago, of course, and the mainland of South America. It does not stop.
But, okay, so, trying to get my thoughts.
Yes.
This started as recently as when? 10 years ago, 5 years ago, or?
Yes. The increase in seismic activity really ramped up, we could say about 10 to 12 years ago. And we know why. Because remember, the tectonic plates are clashing and moving towards each other. And we in the Caribbean, we sit on the Cocos plate. We actually sit on a plate in the Atlantic Ocean. So it's not a matter of if, when. Big one is coming. 6.0, a 7.9, maybe an 8. And when you go into the history of seismology, there's something called a 100-year event. And let me remind you, in 1776, an earthquake destroyed the capital of Trinidad, which was St. Joseph.
I didn't know that. How come you know that?
So if you count 100 years, 1886, 1986, 2006, 2000, understand what is happening. These seismic numbers you see in here, they seem small. That was just a little shake. A little shake for now.
Preparing you for the big one.
When the big one slips through, and you either have subduction or duction, which means the plate dips or the plate overrides, you are going to have massive quake.
Okay, so let's for stammering. For some people who don't understand what a tectonic plate is, can you describe what a tectonic plate is?
Tectonic plates are plates on the Earth's surface that join the crust of the Earth together. And our Earth is an ecosystem. It is moving. It's dynamic. It doesn't stay one place static. It's dynamic in nature. And we have to understand that in the Caribbean, even though we're not that predisposed to, we have had seismic events in the past that were
I think people are so focused on hurricanes that we're taking our eyes off of other things, other natural disasters or natural events that happen.
June 1st, everybody took bagay in the Caribbean is thinking hurricane season and the rainy season. But the earthquake season is seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, and months. It does not stop.
So
That's
listen.
sobering.
Yeah. So listen. You hear what he say? Seismic activity in the Caribbean is growing. We have this thing in Trinidad and Tobago that God is a Trini. I ain't gonna dispute that. I'm sure he is, right? But we have to be vigilant is the best word to say. And I'm going to use this segue again to just shout out congratulations to Mr. Joshua Regrello for playing the pan 31 hours straight.
Wait. How you went from that to
I
that?
don't know, because God is a Trini and he's a Trinidadian.
But what a segue, ladies and gentlemen. You, for those who are watching, you have witnessed and heard and beheld the power of Lima's mind.
Yeah, I just switch really, really fast. So I want to say, share congratulations coming from one of our advertisers, Miss Cheryl Charles. She's saying, congratulations goes out to us, myself and DJ Code Red, for the fantastic job of great context that we have given them over 2024. Nothing but love. Thank you so much. Hamidullah Wahid, congratulations for your very edifying program through the years. Continued success and blessings in all your future endeavors. And we appreciate that. We hope to level up a whole lot more in 2025. Using this segue to also say, April 5th is the next installment of Calypso Comedy and Caribbean Jazz.
Yes, it is.
We're going back to the American Legion, which is 1219A Lee Road, Florida. And our guest artist would be none other than Keet, designer. I'm only dreaming. He's going to be our guest. All right, so let me turn it back over to DJ Code Red, because I think the next clip is DJ Jahmar International.
$20,000 do it. But
Here
you
we
don't say
go.
nothing. I can't deal with fake people in my life right now. I'm 40 years.
So let me ask you this question. When they coming back on the People chat room?
Anytime you want me come back.
All right, that's it for me.
Anytime you want me to come back. Like I said,
That's it for me.
I love what you're doing. I really love what you guys are doing, especially highlighting people that you didn't. I actually did my research on your chat room. I've seen.
You did?
Yes. One thing about me, like when Flair reaches out to me or Ed reaches out to me and they're like, hey, Jahmar, we have an interview for you and stuff like that. I actually look at previous things because I've I've turned down interviews before. Like, no, that's not for me right there. Like, I'm a firm believer that everything is not for you. You have to know when for hold and when for run, because there's certain interviews I'm just not gonna do them.
I appreciate that this is one that you've done, and I appreciate the fact that you're willing to remain connected with us, because our platform is all about, we got positive messages.
I love it.
We don't care if you're the smallest of artists or the biggest of artists, or we look at people that are doing things in the community, because we've had medical doctors on here, herbalists on here. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying? So thank you so much.
No, I love what you're doing, because I'm picking up, you're Trinidadian, correct?
Yeah, you sure am.
Yes. And I'm gonna be honest with you, right?
Uh-huh.
It's not a lot of Trinidadians that will highlight Jamaican dancehall reggae. It's not a lot that would do it.
Are you serious? You know how many we've had on here? We've had Octane on here. How many times? Multiple times.
And I appreciate that, because you know what? To me, it's nice when other Jamaican people, because like I've done the Fix before, I've done Winford, I've done things. It's nice when other Jamaican people highlight Jamaican people, but when it's people that are not Jamaican and they take the time to look into my culture, to look into my music and say, you know what, I have this youth, I'm sure. So I respect that even more right there, because it's like, you know what, you never had to do that, because at the same time, you could just be like, you know, I'm Trinidadian, I'm just gonna have soca people. I'm just gonna have Marshall. I'm gonna have Bungie on here. I'm gonna have Moto on here. I'm just gonna have them people on there. But no, you're taking the time to say, you know what? I'm gonna be unbiased. I'm really going to. I'm gonna highlight everything, not just Trinidadian culture. You know what I'm saying? Big up all of my Trinidad people. I'm a Trinidad people. Them out there. Big up all of them out there. I need to go. I've never been to Trinidad. I need to go though. Edley be telling me all the time. He's like, bro. He's like, you love Jamaica, but if you go to Trinidad, bro, you're going to
get the love. You're gonna get the love. So I'll yeah, we get mad props, right? I purposely looked for that part of the clip because I wanted people to hear, our listeners to hear that. Yeah, we may be Trini, but we will interview anybody on this show. We don't care where your country of origin is or what your country of origin is. It's all about getting the music out. It's all about getting the information out. That's what it's about right here on the People's Chat Room. And we are here every Saturday, or almost every Saturday. Every now and then we got to, take a little chill pill from 12 to 2 p.m. So we're going to play some music from our next guest, which would be Preacher.
This part is nice. This part is irate. This part is nice. No, this part is irate. This part is nice. This part is irate. This part is nice. No, this part is irate.
I know this one.
Look out! Let's go! Hey, Lord! All of the holy thing, let's go. Hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up.
Everybody. Preacher make music for everybody, you know, I'm telling you. So in September we had DJ Jahmar International, Lady the Flame, Stephen Charles, Leger. We also had Omari was in July. Mr. Francis Ragu. Preacher was in October of this year, because this is our year in review right here on the People's Chat Room. I want to say hi to my cousin Junior Earl J. Pascal. Hey, cuz. Yeah. So we're gonna load that one, right, Code?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. years ago, but so these are the names that Preacher is calling. So after that song, take us to what comes next, because I'm sure we have something. We're gonna play some of my music, but I want to play it in chronological order. So from that, tell us what happened after that. What did you decide to do after that?
Well, I decided to write songs. I come the following year with a song called Wine Up, a rock a soca kind of thing. Wine up, everybody, wine up. With my little Jamaica influence, because all of we had the
Hold up, Jamaica. Wait a minute. Are you part of the foundation of Raga Soca? Or you one of the
Raga Soca. I am Raga Soca. It's not bungee calling or all this on the calling, and that is a lie. 1987, 88. It's I name it Raga Soca. I bring it Raga Soca. When I do the mix with Barnett and the Dragonaires on me.
What was that song?
It's Barnett and we create that. It's Barnett and we name that. Yeah, it's Barnett and we bring that. It's me.
You see why this is important?
It is. It is. Because I have people saying all kind of things. It's Barnett and we. I used to be in Jamaica all the time with Barnett.
So you know what song? Butterfly. Let me do the butterfly.
Butterfly, Tati and Burger.
Okay, so Lawi Code has it lined up. Let's listen a little bit. We go talk on the other side. All right?
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Joel Davis, who is a connector out of Canada, he said the man himself who put me on the map musically, 1995 hit song Bump and Shake and Don't Hide It in 1996. I gotta let you know, I listened to true story. We did 3 years at Epcot Center. We were one of the top shows at Epcot Center. This was in the late 80s. You see that song, Butterfly? That was one of our top songs on the repertoire. And we would leave it for the end of the evening when all the Brazilians and everybody come into the park, and we would drop that because we would all get in front of the bus, because we used to be on a bus, and come down and do the Butterfly. Man, Preacher.
Yeah. I'll tell you, this whole study, I don't talk much. Let me music talk.
Raga Soca is a big freaking deal.
Well, it's mine. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And all kind of people try to take it, and I just sit back and say, all right. It's a nice thing talking this year so everybody can hear. Yeah, that's my heart. That's my baby. Soon as say I will do a Raga Soca album, the whole album, just do different style of it. You know? Yeah.
So my cousin is saying thank you on the rooftop in St. James you're with Marva? She is new to chat people, so she is doing some seamstress. Oh Lord. Marva, listen there. Marva she's a handyman. No, that's my cousin.
She from South.
No, they're from Port of Spain.
What?
Ah, Junior, he feel everybody. I don't know nobody, none of my family from Port of Spain, everybody from South. So I actually have family from whatever, code, whatever. So in October, we had Preacher and we had Rick Raw. Rick is from San Fernando. And he had a reggae talking about San Fernando, the sweetest place I know. And he named the places in San Fernando. In November, we had Curleen Joseph, Vallie Gihdem, Milton Blake, and Hamidullah Wahid. So, Ham, we know you're listening.
Yes.
We're going to play one of your songs. We don't have a clip, but we have one of your songs. Mr. Hamidullah Wahid.
Oh, yo, yo. Ay, ay, ay. She in she 40s, never married. Time running out and she to be mistress somebody. True love cannot be found. Honey, what I doing wrong? If you see how she look at me when I say honestly, hey, you're giving boyfriend husband duties. That's the problem, Miss Lady. Hey, you're giving boyfriend
husband duties.
Husband duties. You're bound to get snubbed when you give a boy a man's job. OJT on the job, you're guaranteed to get robbed. Oh, yo, yo. Oh. She even mentioned in past relation, all she ever knew is a life of abuse. Now in she twilight zone, frightened to be alone, trying my best not to throw stone, but my conscience can't condone. Hey, giving boyfriend husband duties.
So
that's the problem.
Cool.
This lady.
I know you're just like me, you're now listening to all the words, right?
No, I really
Did you hear all the words when he was on for the interview?
Amadou, forgive me. When we first played, I have.
We got a lot going on.
But I played it over and I played it over and I played it again. I said, but wait.
Yeah, now we hear in the lyrics. You're giving you're giving boyfriend husband duties. My cousin is saying thank you for what you do. Loving the TCPR or the TPCR recap 2024. Yeah, that's how we're gonna do it going forward for 2025 too. So we got a couple more interviews lined up, and then we're gonna have a live conversation with Mr. Olade Banks. So which one are you gonna do, Mr. Jeff Medina?
Yes.
Jeff was on in December. Which is this month, and he played guitar with the Commodores for I think 8 or 10 years, and we used to work together back in the day when I did a whole lot of conventions and all of that for Disney and all of that. So we've been friends a long time. So let's check this clip out. Mr. Jeff Medina, who remigrated back to Trinidad and Tobago. It's been it just turned a year since he's been back to Trinidad. So let's check this clip out.
He brought Clyde Bradley to Despers. He brought Scipio Sargent. All the great arrangers. Beverly Griffith, Robert Greenwich. He brought all of them to Despers.
Really?
Yes. He was the guy Rudolph used to come and say, "Hey, K-Post, what are we going to do, man? The guy gone." And Roy would say, "Don't worry, I have a guy for you." And he would bring. So by him trying to bring me in there, give me a little bit of rank. So I said, well, things is kind of slowing down with the Commodores. And this guy want me to come home and walk in Clyde Bradley's footstep, boy.
That's big shoes now.
I say, hey, that's a serious thing. So I said, well, I go to Trinidad. I work with Despers and I put my group together at the same time and try to hit all the jazz festivals going on in the Caribbean, which is really what I'm still aiming for. So I just started doing some work with Despers about a month and a half ago, giving them a workout. Serious workout, which I really have to because that's what Roy told him I was going to do.
So, question. Is this going to be for 2025 or 2026?
2025, we still have my boy Xander in the mix.
Okay.
So I'm just on the sidelines watching on. Right now, I'm doing some bomb tunes for them.
Okay.
These are tunes that is not for Panorama, but to expand their repertoire. So I've given them a couple of contemporary things like Michael Jackson and Ooh, Baby, I Love Your Way.
Ah, okay.
And the first tune I gave them was Summertime.
Makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine.
No, not the one.
Not that one. Oh, Summertime and the rhythm is easy.
But I'm giving them I gave them an old arrangement by MFSB, TSOP, The Sound of Philadelphia, from the disco days with a lot of strings and some burning lines in there.
So when you say burning lines, I listened to the sound that you just did with your group, and we'll talk about the members of your group just now. Burning lines, that's a rigorous. That's a lot of synchronization, a lot of hitting it on the note. Even the singer, and I believe, wasn't the singer you? Was the singer you?
Myself and my piano player, Damian Preston.
Okay, so before we get to the group, let's talk about, the runs that you're going to be putting Despers through. And I guess it's all leading up to eventually you taking over as far as the arrangements and all of that, which may be for 2026, right?
Probably, yes.
So how are they feeling you?
Well, they're loving it. Because at first I kind of warned them. I say I'm going to be coming with some tough stuff, Oh, we Despers, man. We can play anything. I liked when I heard that because that's what I wanted to hear. But when I started laying the lines on them, the first time I counted off, nobody came in. So I did just like you just did. I laughed in. I said, okay, I'll bring it down to 1, 2,
1, 2, 3, 4.
I brought it down from like 114 down to about 80. And
did they come in?
They came in struggling. Because
That was a great show. That was a great show.
Oh my, we do all good shows,
That was a
Code.
great show.
I neglected to. I just remembered because I didn't. I guess I didn't have everybody on this list. We also had Mr. Ronnie McIntosh. He was on the show.
Oh, yes.
Leon Caldero, a friend of the. Well, me and Leon go way back to school days. So and me and Ronnie go way back to Chandelier days. And obviously, you all know him as Ronnie and Carol with the mass band. But just remember, in addition to Ronnie being an outstanding
did we had
vocalist.
Carl Jacobs this year?
Oh yeah, we also had Carl. We had Carl on because we lost Alan. So
Oxley,
we did a
Oxley.
show where we invited people that knew Alan to come on and share their memories of him. So we're coming down to the final 40 minutes of the People's Chat Room, and we've got one more clip. Ayanta, we had her on last week. Ayanta is the wife of Mr. Anthony Benjamin, who is the brainchild or one of the brainchildren. Yeah, brainchildren. Showtime Solutions. He also works on the set of Good Morning America, and this is his wife. She is an outstanding singer and instrumentalist. So let's check out this clip as we get ready for our interview with Mr. Olade Banks.
Thank you.
Ayanta, you made me smile a whole lot today. Well, he been cracking me up the way how he keep, just giving me a hard time. So like I'm pissed, but it's funny.
You cannot be.
But you made me smile. So thank you so much. I need that.
Thank you for having me always.
Girl, we family. What's wrong with you? We
But
are
still,
family. You
I
know
appreciate it. I appreciate it.
You know that
and
we are
Conrad, you
family.
too.
Thank you. Oh, and I'm gonna put it out there. When you release that next on the piano song, if you don't mind, put me on your distribution list.
Okay. I think you'll like it a lot.
I think I would too, and I haven't even heard it yet.
Yes, no, but I'm just saying it and putting it out there.
But you do good stuff. You do good work.
It's good. It's an exciting, it's an exciting number because it's very international related.
And that's what we aim. That's what we strive to be.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still Dutch, so I have to, also focus on the rest of the world.
but your name is out there. It's bubbling.
That's true.
And that's important. Okay?
Yeah.
So give my love again to the family, including Tony and Howard, because I'm sure you'll talk to Howard before I do.
Howard, shout out.
Okay? So Merry Christmas to you, your family.
Merry
And again, don't say it.
Christmas every day.
Christmas every day. And next
you're
year, a
struggling.
groovy soca song.
And next year,
Featuring
you mean 2026? We 2026.
2025, Lima featuring Ayanta.
25.
No, because
25.
No. 25.
Nah,
It's coming out in
you're not waiting that
It's
long.
coming out in 25.
I think Code Red and I are on
No.
the same
It's
level.
coming out in 25 for 25.
Who has time for 25 to 26?
You know what? You see the two of y'all, you're tag teaming in right now.
No.
We're a good team right here.
It is hitting you in Dolly Atmos.
So,
Exactly.
Ayanta. Funny.
Only the right way.
My love, you take care, right? And Merry
you.
Christmas
Take care.
to you and the family. Okay, and we'll
Thank you.
obviously be in touch. All right?
We'll be in touch. Thank you. Have a great day, guys.
You too. Take care.
Bye.
Every day is Christmas Day. that was a good one, and that was just last week.
Yes.
There are a couple names that I neglected to mention because what I was telling Code, sometimes I forget to put their names on my actual calendar, but they've been on the show. So we had Mr. Kyle Noel, Smilers Productions. We also had Sammy C. I think I did mention her. So we're still a couple minutes out from our conversation with Mr. Olade Banks. Hey, Dave Moore, how you doing, my brother? We went to school together. Yes, we did. South people.
Yes, South people.
The biggest, the best.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to say hi to Miss Phyllis Worrell. She's one of our contributors.
Hey, Phyllis.
We didn't have Phyllis on today because we have a really tight show as far as the videos.
What country Phyllis in today?
No,
What
she
time zone?
back here. She back here.
What
Yeah.
time? You sure?
Yeah. So
That's what she tell you?
She's Eastern Standard Time. She's back here. She's in New York. She home. Let's play that Christmas song, Miss Ayanta, and then I think you're gonna play a little bit of Sammy C, and we have Olade waiting in the waiting room.
Every day was Christmas Day. Every day was Christmas. Every day was Christmas Day. I wish every day was Christmas. Every day was Christmas Day. Every day was Christmas. Every day was Christmas Day. Have a Merry Christmas and a blessed New Year. Make a lot of memories, spread some Christmas cheer. Let's take this time of joy divine. Let's make a movie, shine your light. Love is on the outside looking in. Be sure to do your best just to let it in. Come grab the jingle bells, the mistletoe, the Christmas smells. Come grab your one last wish, your Christmas gift, your love, your faith. Cooking up your favorite dish in the kitchen with your cousin, please don't burn that. Hanging out together with the old folks, telling us the stories about the times we missed. Every day was Christmas, every day was Christmas Day. Every day was Christmas, every day was Christmas Day. I wish every day was Christmas. start singing. Light it up, got the Christmas tree blinging. Fans in town, phone won't stop ringing. Love from my people, you know that I'm winning. If Christmas was every day, I have a lot of things, so I just keep it humble and surround myself with friends. Didn't drop a bag of things that mean nothing. Belly's full, all them dirty dishes in the sink. We can relax, we'll be having fun. Raise your glass to a year well done. Drop a kiss under the mistletoe, cause you know how I'll be if every day was Christmas. Celebrate with me, come on. Every day was Christmas, every day was Christmas Day. Every day was Christmas, every day was Christmas Day.
Hey, friend.
What's happening, family? How y'all doing?
We good.
What's
We
up?
good.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Yeah.
Happy Chinese New Year. Happy New Year. All that.
That too?
All that coming.
Yeah. So I mean, you're our only live guest, and I did that on purpose because you're a friend of the show, and people will probably think that we've actually laid eyes on Olade. We've yet to meet Olade, but everything is virtual, and the love and the respect is there. And he is not just a praise and worship minister, because I know you do that too in your church.
Yeah.
He is an outstanding instrumentalist, as well as he's that last thing, the attorney. We're gonna have to like that, yeah. Attorneys are not very popular these days, but you know.
No. Oh man, look, I'm working on that. I'm working to help us build our credibility and our reputation back. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna lay eyes on you guys next year. We're gonna do this live around April 5th, I believe
April
it is.
5th,
right?
he's gonna be on Comedy Clips of Caribbean Jazz. Did you just find that out, Code? Yeah, I neglected to tell him. So he hear it for the first time.
He just told me. So look, I'm excited about that. I'm excited about meeting you, meeting some of the faithful in person, and really having some fun doing that. You know. Yeah.
So I chose one of your songs to play while you're on.
Okay.
And I think this should come
I
as
know
no-
which one you're gonna choose anyway. So go ahead.
You don't know. You do have a clue. You ready?
Yes.
Oh.
Countless millions of black men and women who have died in America, those who have died in the West Indies, and those who have died in Africa.
Lima give me the wrong chick.
I did not give him.
Hold on. You told me seasons.
Yeah.
See, this one is season change.
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's your fault.
It's not my fault.
You give me the wrong one. Hold on, I think I do.
I want to hear Seasons.
All right, so let me pull that one up.
And the next one I like is a duet with you and your dad, but I really want to hear Seasons. You know, what's in store? I know you have a new song coming up in early January that you're dropping, because I saw the countdown on on YouTube. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I got a new song coming on January 17th. That one is called My Home. I'm really excited about that one. That one is another social consciousness song, and it's about my home in Anguilla, but it could just as well be about your home in Trinidad and all that, and what it is that we're facing as a people. You know, we're dealing right now in Anguilla, and I think you're also dealing with it in Trinidad, everywhere else in the Caribbean, where the divide between those who have and those who don't have is increasing. People are beginning to feel disillusioned, and it's really coming to a head. And I think it's similar to what the experience is here in the U.S., where there's this groundswell, this undercurrent of discontentment, where I think is going to come to a head at some point in time, and we need to be aware of it and be conscious of it. So That's the song. It's called My Home. So that's one to be January 17th. It really aligns with where I think my head is right now. You know, when I was on probably a few weeks ago talking about ancient wisdom, you know, I was talking about these same principles of Kwanzaa. And today, the word is collective work. And we really have to begin to be conscious of that, really reflecting on that. I think so many times we're moving through on autopilot. You know, we're moving through just going day to day. And so we have to be much more conscious about the collective work. But one of the things that's coming to me too is we have a responsibility to share the message. But now, you know, we can't wait on everybody anymore. You understand? It's time to move forward. The ship is leaving, like Marcus Garvey is saying, and we got to move with who on the ship, who on the train, whatever metaphor you want. But we got to move forward now.
So let me just go back a little bit in what you said with the separation, or I should say the polarization between those who have and those who have not. And the funky thing is that with this in November gone here, where those who don't have kind of made that divide a whole lot wider because of their actions of not doing their homework. I'm trying to talk about the issue but not talk directly on the issue by not doing their homework, and they've kind of like put us in a situation where the divide is way wider. So it you know, we can just hope by God's grace that we survive the next 4 years, and hopefully it will just be 4 years and nothing beyond that, because we're really going to be stuck if it's. But that would mean changing the Constitution. But I don't want to belabor the point. The thing is going forward.
Let me touch on that, because one of the things I say is, and my son is in the car. He hear me say, "Hope is not a strategy. Can't hope no more." You understand? And you're absolutely right. And it's the same thing that's happening back home, where the people who do not have are supporting policies and people who are not going to act in their best interest. And so it's really, this is the last call. You know, we really at the last call right now. And again, I'm not one of these fatalists who think the world is going to implode and all this. And nothing like that is going to happen. But what we're going to see is, for a lot of people, their future and the future of their children is going to be a lot dimmer. And so for them, this is the last call, because these whole ideas of generational poverty are going to be even more entrenched. And it's up to now people, regardless of their financial position, really being willing to take a deep breath, be willing to assess the situation in front of them, and be willing to put the work in. There's no shortcuts to this. You understand?
No, there are no shortcuts. We don't have time for shortcuts anymore. And,
No.
And that was one of the things, to me, I go back to Marxism sometimes, where they say religion is the opiate of the masses. And I remember also when Michelle Obama had said, when they go low, you go high. I was always pissed off because of that, because to me, that means continuously turning the other cheek. We don't have time for that anymore. And I want to implore people.
We're running out of cheeks.
We run out of cheeks. We run out of cheeks. We have to be more, we have to act more. Them time for that done, you know, that seriously done. And that's why we continue to push even harder. Black 2025. Black 2025. It's $13 trillion that we have as buying power for black people. We need to be more focused on where we put that, and have it settle within our community so that we can build our communities. We have to look out for us.
But that is why Kwanzaa is so important, right? Kwanzaa is not anything religious or anything like that. It's simply a reflection on these principles that allow us to take agency in our situation, right? And we have to, again, these are things that it's never going to be as sexy as Christmas for our children and all that sort of stuff, and it doesn't have to be. But we, as the adults, we have to drag people kicking and screaming, especially starting with our own families, because that's the place where we have the most influence. And I want to implore people, regardless of their financial position, be willing to assess the situation in front of them, and be willing to put the work in. There's no shortcuts to this. You understand?
And I gotta tell
reinforce
you,
these principles. Yeah.
this is the first year I'm actually paying attention to Kwanzaa, and the reason too why I think we need to focus on all those qualities of Kwanzaa is because it takes away from, you know, finding money. You don't have to buy gifts, which is what Christmas is all about. Or that's how Christmas has been framed by a lot of people. Okay, it moved away from the essence of, let me be real. Christ wasn't born on December 25th anyway, but it took away from that, and it became more materialistic. I mean, people would run themselves into the poorhouse trying to get money to buy. Come on, when you look at the qualities of Kwanzaa. Go ahead.
Listen, I stay in touch with what's going on in Anguilla all the time. I listen to the radio, this and that, and the amount of banks that had, you know, Christmas loan specials and all this kind of thing. Same thing, they have like carnival loans. And again, I celebrate Christmas because, like as you say, it regardless of when Christ was actually born, it's a time that we set aside to reflect on that, right? But the consumerism that's associated with that is not beneficial for us, right? And these principles of Kwanzaa, the reason why I think it's so important when we practice these for these 7 days now, it introduces people to concepts that they hadn't really consciously thought about before, and things that seem like just foreign or seem like high-minded things that other groups that are reinforced in other groups. So that's why it's so critical from my perspective for us as a people.
And I like that. And we running out of time. And we should have known not to put you too close to the end, because then we get into this wonderful conversation. No, we get into this wonderful conversation because here I am looking at the days of Kwanzaa. So we have collective work and responsibility, which is today. Tomorrow we have cooperative and economics, and then the next day is Nia, which is purpose. The first day was unity. So I'm going backwards. The first day was unity. Self-determination was the second. Today's collective work and responsibility. The fourth day, cooperative economics. The fifth, purpose. And then the other one, I can't see it because it's not where I can see it. But I love the
last one is Imani, which is faith.
Faith.
And so these are when we go back to the 60s, right? When most of the nations in the Caribbean were pursuing independence. These are the same foundational principles that pushed our forefathers, our parents and grandparents forward in these things. That's why they were able to come out of colonialism and subjugation and build these nations, because they were entrenched. These principles were entrenched in them. We have not done as good of a job in passing these on to our children. Because we
haven't.
Consumerism,
we dropped the ball.
Yeah.
So we have like a minute or so, and so the song that I like was "Smile." I don't know for what reason I'm calling it Seasons. It's a S. Smile Seasons. It's a S. Right?
Yeah.
So Andy, one of my buddies listening, he's in somewhere up in Canada. I always call the wrong city, so I'm not even going to say Toronto because it's not Toronto. Hendy, how you doing, my brother?
Olade, I'm gonna cut her off. She asked me for a song. I play the song, and she looks at me. She goes, "That's not the song." And I'm like, "That is the song you asked for." So what I've learned from Lima is like, don't listen to what she says. Listen to what she wants.
It's exactly. Look, Paul, you've been married for how long now? You've been married for 25
I've been married for 25
years. Listen to what
years.
she says. Listen to what she wants. Oh my Lord.
Listen to what she said. Listen to what she wants.
Oh my gosh. But before we put the song on, let me just say this, Olade. I appreciate you. I appreciate every time you come on this platform with us. It's a vibe. And we appreciate you. We appreciate your music, and by extension, we appreciate your family, your son, your brother Omari, your mother that we're yet to meet, your auntie, your dad, who is just a wealth of everything good. And we wish you a blessed.
My wife is sitting here too. My wife's name is Danielle. She's sitting here.
Hi. How you doing, Daniel or Donna? I thought it was Donna.
This is Danielle. My wife is Donna. My wife is Danielle. My mother's Donna. Yeah.
Okay, so I had these things.
Yeah, exactly. Problems, worries.
Well, I am so glad your mother's name is Donna because Lima again has put her foot into her mouth by calling on the next woman.
Exactly.
All right, so at this point,
let me move on before.
my friend, all the best for 2025 for you and your family and your business and everything. And let's take 2025 to another level. Black 2025, I appreciate you, and we will see you soon. And definitely in April, we go talk.
Much blessings to y'all. Cool. Take it easy, my brother.
You too, my brother.
Now let's listen to Smile.
Let's smile. Let's smile on the way out.
Right now life is complicated. Problems can be overrated. We serve a God who's bigger than the seas. Storms of life can beat you down. Halfway there you wanna turn around. Maybe you can hear the sound and start to believe. And put that smile on your face. Take a look around. So much hard and you can't see. There's so much to be grateful for. Let your toes touch the waves as you walk across the sand. In your mind, in your mind. Smile. Your day's not been a walk in the park, but for a minute could we just get lost? Like the sun to the leaves, let God's grace kiss your cheek. I can see your frown is turning upside down, now the fire's burning. If you feel joy returning, get up on your feet and put that smile on your face.
Take a look around.
Well, I hope we put a smile on your faces today.
Code.
Yes.
Thank you for an awesome job. Not
You're
just
welcome.
today, but in the past years, you've continued to level up and just bring that game up. Not just for yourself, but also for the people's chat room.
Thank you.
This right here, I can't do this without him. All right, and by extension, Michelle, because she tolerates us. That's the best way to put it.
I know.
You know, so and from the people's chat room, that includes the people that you don't see, which would be Professor GT and the other guys, and also for the iTunes Radio. Enough respect because we are powered by iTunes Radio. And please continue to lift us up so we could go into 2025 and beyond, just taking it up notches and notches and notches. Black 2025, from my family to you. God bless.
God bless. Take care.
You can't see, there's so much to be grateful for. Let your toes touch the waves as you walk across the sand. In your mind, in your mind, just smile. You can make
Transport charter services. Whether you are planning a corporate event, day charter, tours, airport transfers, taxi service, cargo and courier service, or any other occasion, T&T Transportation is here to elevate your travel experience. Give Cheryl a call at 407-844-0431. Visit Cheryl's TTTransport.com. Book now.
Soca Takeover! The Cooler Fed Experience is back. Carnival Saturday, March 1st, 2025, featuring a full band performance by Kes the Band. Kes the Band. Kes the Band. Celebrating 20 years in music. Soca Takeover! Carnival Saturday night, March 1st, 2025, at Queen's Park Oval from 9 p.m. until 3 a.m. Early bird VIP and general tickets out now on Island e-tickets and Eventbrite.com. For more info, visit SocaTakeoverGlobal.com or call 344-2547 or 388-9587. Carnival Saturday night. See you at Soca Takeover.